Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Joy to the world, the Lord.
Honor, courage, selfless service, sacrifice. These are the kinds of words that describe the commitment that an individual makes when they decide to join the United States Armed Services and sacrifice their lives, sacrifice their individual daily freedoms so that we can ensure those of you at home get to have yours. These are the kinds of things that I think about around this time of year. I think about Christmas, the holiday season, the celebration of being together with family and friends. Hi, my name is Jesse Cragwall, and I'm actually a member of Providence Church, but I'm currently serving on active duty with the United States Army. I got to spend part of this year in Iraq, where I was with the 2nd Brigade Combat Team of the 101st Airborne Division stationed in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And I've got to say that a lot of things that I experienced throughout my time there have shown me the importance of the commitment that I made. It allowed me to see firsthand the types of things that, as an individual, I might have taken for granted. But as soon as I put on a uniform, I realized the level of my commitment and the kinds of things that I have to set aside as an individual, that I have to sacrifice as an individual serving in combat theater. There are many things around the holiday season that we think about. We can celebrate being together with friends and family. We can enjoy the presents that we might get from those that we love and we care about. But being in theater, you don't really get to enjoy that. I'm actually very blessed to be here this Christmas season. The 2nd Brigade Combat Team was called back 2 months early because of the successes that we've been making in Iraq. But I'd like to tell you about another Christmas. The year was 1944.
General Dwight D. Eisenhower and his deputy commanders chart the liberation of a lost...
By mid-year, the Second World War was at its peak in Europe. Thinking it was just another normal day, a young supply sergeant named J.C. Scarborough, serving with the 4th Infantry Division, was surprised to find out that he would be part of the 3rd wave of troops who stormed the beaches at Normandy on June 6th. During that historic day, he fought beside his friends and his brothers in the most important battle of World War II. J.C. didn't stop to think about the sacrifice he was making that day. Without hesitation, he jumped off the boat and fought his way up the beach. After D-Day, he would travel with and fight alongside the 4th Infantry for several more months before Christmas came. By that time, Allied forces were on the verge of breaking through the German border and ending the war for good. As a last-ditch effort to turn the tide of Allied dominance, Hitler enacted a surprise attack in the forest between Germany and Belgium. Over the next several days, the Americans held on in the face of unrelenting German assaults, often by their frostbitten fingertips. Christmas that year came and went, as tens of thousands of American troops, J.C. Scarborough among them, served on the front lines of what we know today as the Battle of the Bulge. Christmas for J.C. was a time of fear and also a time of remembrance. While the snow and the artillery shells fell all around him, J.C. couldn't help but remember a close friend, Chaplain Raymond Hanson. Chaplain Hanson was a soldier's chaplain, a man who went to the front lines to be with his men in the midst of battle, no matter what the danger was or what the weather was like. One of J.C.'s most vivid memories of his more than 5-year relationship with Chaplain Hanson is the foot-pumped organ that he would bring into the field to sing Christmas carols with the men. Not only did these songs remind the men of their families back home, but they also reminded J.C. of the true meaning of Christmas. No matter if you're in the snow-covered forests of a war-torn Europe, or in a cozy church sanctuary, Christmas is about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Chaplain Hansen was killed at Normandy, and 50 years later, J.C. crossed the Atlantic to visit his grave. Upon seeing the final resting place of his old friend, J.C. broke down and wept at the memory of seeing Chaplain Hansen lifting the spirits of his fellow soldiers with a simple foot-pumped organ. Chaplain Hansen made the ultimate sacrifice of laying down his life for his fellow soldiers and for his country. And J.C. Scarborough sacrificed all that he knew and held dear to him to travel halfway around the world in defense of the American way of life. But let us also remember the other J.C. Each Christmas, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, but we cannot do so without honoring and remembering the sacrifice that he made for us by laying down his life on the cross. Merry Christmas.